My pool is green. We fix it next after this. There you go. Cooking. Welcome back, you guys. I'm Billy D. This is, of course, Drink, Smoke, Build. And today, I let my pool get green. Now, I didn't do it on purpose. Long story short, I ran out of chlorine 4 days ago. I did not have a chance to go pick any up. There is a place I know that continually stocks it, that hasn't had any of the supply problems that other places have, but it's quite a ways from me, so I haven't had a chance to run out there. I'm gonna do that this morning. I do, on the other hand, have a couple of packages of this quick shock treatment that I've been keeping around. So I'm gonna toss one of those in today. We're gonna come back in about 12 hours or so. So it's about 7:45 in the morning. So we'll come back this evening and see what progress we've had. I'm gonna let the pump run all day and see if this fixes it. As for the whole magic eraser sort of thing, I'm not gonna try that. I've seen a lot of people say it doesn't work when it's this green. So what I'm gonna do is try this first, then maybe try the magic eraser, and then of course we'll add our normal regimen of chlorine to it once we get that as well. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this fixed up and nice and crystal clear for my boys to swim in tomorrow. So the instructions on this say, that's this granular shock treatment. The instructions on this, whoo, you can smell it. The instructions on this say that you need to lightly spread it throughout the entire pool. You don't want to get any like clumped areas because then it could end up bleaching out part of your pool. So I'm gonna go around and do a light little sprinkling, maybe twice, and put some in directly in front of the output so that it helps mix it in. One of these is supposed to treat up to 13,000 gallons. All right, we've got all of the shock treatment spread around the pool. Now we'll just let the pump continue to run all day long. That was something else I forgot to tell you guys earlier. I ran out of gas in the generator and didn't have time to go get gas for that. So basically, this pool has not had circulation or chlorine in it for at least 48 hours, maybe a little longer than that. So gonna let that pump run all day long. Let this shock treatment do its work, and then we'll check on it here in about 12 hours. Just wanted to show you guys real quick, it has been exactly an hour since we treated the pool with that shock treatment, and there's already a drastic difference. So I'll come back as soon as it's crystal clear and let you know how long it took. Now it's been exactly 8 hours, and as you guys can tell, the pool is almost completely rid of that green color. Still have a little bit in the middle, but not too much. Now I am going to take the reading and see where we're at. I know that we're going to be low on everything, but I'm just going to check it to make sure. And then I will probably do a just straight chlorine treatment to bring the chlorine level up. So let's go ahead and check it. Oh, and by the way, as you guys probably could tell, I added enough water to bring it back up to almost the complete full mark because I am going to be doing a little bit of cleaning and sucking some of that water out with the siphon method, which I have done in previous videos, which you can catch in the description below. So let's go ahead and test the levels of our water. So of course, put it down elbow deep, shake it off, and then do your comparison immediately. And we are very low and low. And yeah, so basically on the two chlorine levels, which are the two yellow ones towards the top, so these two here, you can see that we're not even on the charts because there is definitely not enough chlorine in the pool. So I'm going to go ahead and treat the pool after I change the filter out, since it's been running for 8 hours and that shock should have displaced a lot of the algae and of course changed the color. But now it's cloudy, so the filter needs to do the work to get the rest of that out. So I am going to pull the filter that's only a few days old that's in it and put a brand new in it. Now I don't toss the old filters. I have 3 filters, and once 2 are dirty, I wash those and I do a swap out with them. It's pretty easy to wash them. I'm not going to show you that in this video, but it's super easy. You just take your hose, turn it up as high as you can, spray it from the inside first, and then spray the fins on the outside, and make sure you spread them with your fingers, and it gets all the gunk out of them and makes them look brand new. And you can do that several times with the filter. I'd say 10, 15 times before it degrades enough that you need to replace it. But I'll show you that in another video. Let's go ahead and get over to the pump and switch that filter out. Okay, so now that I got the generator shut off and the pump is not on, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the valves and then open up the filter compartment on the pump. All right, so super easy. Take the ring off, pop the cap, and as you can see, even though the filter is only a few days old, it's pretty nasty because of all that algae and whatnot. So I'm gonna pull the old one off. You can see that's what the one that came with it looks like. Obviously has a lot more filtration than these cheap ones that you get at Walmart. But stick that down in, get it nice and sealed where it's supposed to go. Make sure your ring is still in place and hasn't floated out. Put your cap on it, get it pushed down on the filter. Get that tight. Open your valves back up. And then turn your pump back on. And in my case, that means I gotta crank the generator back up. So there you have it. Filter's been changed. Shock has been added. We've sat 8 hours to make sure that all the algae was killed. Now I am going to wait until about dark, so it'll be another 4 or 5 hours or so. We'll come back, check on the color of everything, make sure that it is continuing to get clearer and clearer, and then we will add the amount of chlorine that we need to our pool. So we've let our pool sit with the filter on for another 2 hours or so. So we're at a total of a little over 10 hours with the shock in the pool and the pool pump running. Half of that with the older filter and then the newer filter for the last half. So now it doesn't look like the little bit of green that's left is going away. So I am going to treat it with chlorine. I also bought some Algaecide when I bought liquid chlorine, and I may resort to using that tomorrow if it's still green or gets green again. But today I'm just going to put the normal amount of chlorine in that I do pretty much every day when I have it. And that's something I wanted to talk to you guys about. This is the stuff I get. I get it at a local discount store. They're not all over the country. They're in a few states. I know Oklahoma, Texas, maybe like Arizona, California maybe. It's called Algae, O-L-L-I-E. Algae discounts. The one here in Oklahoma City that I go to bought pallets and pallets and pallets of this liquid chlorine back in the late fall, early winter. Because they bought them at closeouts way back when that chlorine plant that caught on fire earlier this year and disrupted the chlorine supply here in the States, and I'm sure everywhere, the powdered stuff, or the pucks that you get that you put in the little like ducks or whatever that float around the pool, which is what we normally use, has gone up tremendously in price. They are charging, and I checked this at 3 different pool stores. They all had chlorine in stock, but you know what they were charging? They were charging $10 a pound. It would take me about 5 pounds for a week's worth of treatments in this pool. $50 a week just to run my pool? I don't freaking think so. This stuff, this entire gallon here, 128 ounces. If I do about 18 ounces a day, I can make this last for a week. That completely brings my chlorine levels where I want to be. And this was only $3.79 for this whole gallon. So $4 for a week or $50. Definitely not doing that chlorine tabs anymore. That's for sure. So I'm going to go ahead and get this poured in. And of course, measure it out, the 18 ounces. Then I'll show you guys real quick. I just sprinkle it around the edges, just like I did with the shock treatment. Rinse the container out. Let it sit for a while, usually about an hour or so with the pump on, and then I test the water. And if I need to add more, then I will. Oh, I got chlorine on me. It's alright, just rinse it off real quick. There's about 18 ounces. What I'm doing here is getting a current going in the pool to help mix that chlorine in a little quicker. All right, we got the chlorine all poured in. Gonna wait about an hour to see what the levels are after that. Check on that. Hopefully everything's copacetic. Everything looks nice and clear, and we'll end the video there. If not, then we'll come back in the morning and treat it again until we get it as crystal clear as it needs to be. I went ahead and tested the pool again after about an hour, and there was absolutely no showing of chlorine whatsoever. Still, even after that treatment, I don't think chlorine is going to be enough, so I am going to have to add the Algaecide. So I picked up a gallon of Algaecide at Algae while I was there. Same price, $3.79 for a gallon. And so I'm going to go ahead and treat it with the 50 ounces that it recommends for a 10,000 gallon pool. And then check it in another hour, see how it's doing. And if it's still not completely clear and all the green off, then tomorrow morning I'll hop in the pool, scrub the pool down, clean out the filter, run it for a little longer, see if that helps. If it doesn't, then I'll just shock it again. Well, that's crazy. That Algaecide like kind of bubbled up like soap would do. Interesting. All right, so one more hour. Come back, check it, see how it looks. And then of course we'll end the video there, and if I decide that I need to come back tomorrow and do more to it, I'll put that in the next pool series. All right, you guys, it has been a full 12, almost 13 hours since we first treated the pool this morning with the shock. And now, as you can see behind me, it is completely clear of all algae, but is still extremely cloudy. So I'm gonna go ahead and run you guys through what we've done today and what we're going to be doing in a future episode. So first, of course, at 7:45 a.m. this morning, we shocked the pool. And at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, we added chlorine, about 18 ounces of chlorine. That did not bring the levels up at all. I went ahead and added 50 ounces of Algaecide. That took care of the rest of the algae that was in the pool. And then I went ahead off camera, since we did test the first treatment of chlorine and it didn't bring the chlorine levels up. I went ahead off camera and put in another 18 ounces. So it's been about an hour and a half since we did that. So we're going to test it one more time, make sure it's where we want it, and then we are going to drink on out of here, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget, you guys, hit that like button if you got value out of this content today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Love you guys. Billy D, drinking and testing the waters on out of here. We'll see you in the next one. Oh, Sonic makes alcohol now. Like, what the hell? And it's delicious. Maybe I'll do a review on that here in the future. All right, you guys. We'll see you in the next one. And there we are. Finally got it to register. And it is definitely up there on the top end of ideal. So, chlorine wise, we're good to go. Tomorrow, we'll get in there, we'll scrub the pool out, clean out the filter again, and then hopefully have a crystal clear pool. Much love, you guys. Billy D, peace on out. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.